Hey, I am Dragonfly Jones, aka America is Musty.
I am the Jethro Jenkins, aka John.
I'm Gardy B, and this is the Jenkins Jonez YouTube channel. We've got fresh YouTube exclusives dropping every week. Like and subscribe so you make sure you get everything in your feed.
The reason the Lakers wouldn't put a lake on their logo, on their thing, though, is because they don't want to remind people that they stole some of their championships from Minnesota.
Yeah, what do you mean stole?
Get into it. No, don't just kid. Get into it.
I don't know, bro. I know the Seattle SuperSonics won like one championship in the '70s, right?
79.
Does OKC have that banner up in their arena?
No, I think
if they were still the Sonics, they would though.
Yeah,
I mean, I think that's the thing.
It's
It's like the St. Louis or the Rams. There's like the Phoenix Card, like the Arizona Cardinals.
The Rams, the ones from when in 2001, did they take that? Did they have that
like
hanging?
if you stay as the same team name,
like,
and I think,
but
there is actually some like interesting legal stuff around that in the NFL because of the weird triumvirate of like the Browns, Colts, and Ravens, where like the Colts went from Baltimore to Indianapolis and kept the history. And then you have a new team in Baltimore, but so did they get the Baltimore history? The Browns didn't exist and then did re-exist. So it's like similar, like if someone starts the Sonics in Seattle, which we've heard is going to happen, do they just put up all the old shit? They do, right? Because it would just be now they're back.
And I also remember there was, when they first moved, there was a lot of everyone in Seattle was really mad because they were like, oh, all these players from the Thunder are like, they were lumping the history in together when they first moved, and everyone's like, nah, you cannot do this. We do not. You stole our team. You can't steal our history. Also,
yeah.
Except, what do you say Kevin Durant didn't exist in the NBA last year?
Exactly. Like if the Sonics start back, and it's like, does KD scored how many points with the Sonics versus with the Thunder? It's a little murky for players like KD specifically.
Yeah, who happens
I think
to
that's
be
where
an
you draw the
all-time
line,
great.
though. If players are playing for both teams, then you keep, you know what I'm saying? But like talking about Gary Payton scoring so and so or having so many steals, best OKC defender in history. Come on, nigga, like that ain't it. You know what I mean? So
yeah, no, I agree, but it is a weird thing, and it is one of the problems with us putting these like huge culturally important institutions that actually are secretly just like billion-dollar corporations. You know, it's like you don't want the memories that you had as a Sonics fan to be tied to what this one asshole like wants to do with his company, and that's how they're all set up, obviously, so that happens. So, yeah, I don't know. The Sonics thing is weird though. It is. It's like Kevin. Like, I mean, they're gonna retire Kevin Durant's jersey. You know?
I don't think.
I mean, yeah, probably not. But at the same time, I mean,
OKC or what or who?
Seattle, the Sonics. That's their guy. I mean, it was franchise defining that they picked him.
I think what
you know,
what they'll end up doing is because he has said that he wants to be part of the ownership group, and so I think they'll just do a lot of like really cool big stuff about him when he becomes officially like part of the franchise again.
Is he gonna get a statue?
No, I don't think he's getting a statue.
He ain't do shit in Seattle, nigga.
He was Kevin Durant in Seattle. No, but imagine this, because we just saw this with the A's, right? You have a year where you know that this rich dude is fucking you, and he's gonna take your team. You and your kids are gonna be going to fucking UW baseball games instead of Sonics games for the rest of your life, right? And what he did was he was Kevin Durant that year. Imagine if the A's, instead of no one coming, you had one of the best baseball players in history to go see every day. Like I was at the next to last home game and wrote a column about it. Like that was a huge deal. He was selling the arena out. People were like losing their mind about him. I really think, even if it was a small window of time, he's a super, super important athletic figure in the Pacific Northwest history. Just like that's such a different feel of we're tanking and we win 4 games and there's nothing to see and then the team leaves versus, you know, you have a sold out game, overtime wins, all this other shit. Like at the end of the season, I don't know. Like I wouldn't. I'm not saying he get a statue.
Give him a bust. You know, there has to be like a middle ground.
I mean, I think
nothing statue or bust is in the
neck
middle.
up.
You know what I mean?
Just
neck
up.
up.
Have their
Get the
own
whole body. You know what I mean?
Some sort of, like Sonics history, like museum or whatever, and he'll definitely have a section there.
Yeah.
And what I would love to see is some sort of like, hopefully the Sonics exist while Kevin Durant is still playing, and hopefully I would love him to like go back and like play 1 year there, or like do something where he's able to like reconnect with the team while he's still active in the league
and the city.
I think that's an underrated what if, bro. If the Sonics stay in Seattle, obviously with the talent that they ended up getting, but then the question is Kevin Durant. I mean, I think there's a lot of reporting out there about part of what Kevin Durant was looking for was a different place to live than Oklahoma City. Like,
he's not leaving.
What's Kevin Durant's career like if the Sonics don't move to the Oklahoma City Thunder? Is he just a Sonic?
He's a Sonic lifer. I mean, I bet my bottom dollar.
Bottom dollar.
Sonic
bottom
lifer.
dollar. That's cool.
I don't know.
But dog, like to have a pick like Kevin Durant and then the team leave the next year.
There's pictures of Kevin Durant and Westbrook in Sonics jerseys together, and Westbrook never played a single.
Never played there. But like to have those two like back to back all timers.
Yeah.
And then one never plays. The other dude played 1 year in the shake. And then you see them like by 2011, they're like battling against Bron for the championship. You know what I'm saying? Like knocking the Spurs out and shit, going up against the fucking like the Grizzlies, like, and you just watching that. Nigga. I never thought of it from
Mr.
that
Starbucks
point of
could
view.
make a few extra bucks. What a bunch
Right.
of
What? Right.
Also, Mr. Starbucks could like diversify his fucking portfolio. What an asshole.
Jesus, that's wild. And then like objectively good, objectively great NBA city too. You know what I'm saying? It's not like there wasn't a huge fan base that loved the fucking Sonics.
No, right. 100. Like I said, like the game I went to, bro. This is not like the A's leaving Oakland, where it's like,
not like the Rams leaving St. Louis, nigga. Like I went to Rams games. It was depressing, dog. Like I only went when they were free, and I went to see like Peyton play when he was with the Colts or some shit. I wasn't going to see the Rams. Like the actual Rams fans were very like. I looked at them like, nigga, damn, y'all really signed up for this? They looked so sad. There was like 8 of them. I get that, but the Sonics was totally different. You know what I mean?
For sure.
A thriving NBA community there.
It's like New York or Chicago in terms of basketball talent pipelines, but like Jamal Crawford, DeJounte Murray, Paolo Banchero, like there are a lot of Nate Robinson, Terrence Ross. Like there's a
Summer
lot.
League goes
NBA
crazy up there. You know what I mean?
For sure. No, 100%. And the UW basketball program too. I mean, there's a lot of underrated shit in the Pacific Northwest just because it's like the television cameras break when they go up there because it rains too much, so people don't fucking hear about it. You know what I mean? I think Seattle, honestly, I mean, I love fucking Seattle, bro. Portland was a tad snow roachy for us, but Seattle was like, that was on the short list of cities we could see ourselves living in when we did our little honeymoon road trip shit. So
I went to Portland and those are the vibes, bro. Like they were nice, but it had a very get out type feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people are nice, but something isn't right. Like my spidey senses were going crazy. You feel me?
Bro, it was put in the state charter when Oregon was founded that black people were banned. Black people could not live there, dog.
And I heard like Oregon has like one of the bigger, like, you know what I'm saying, like racist, like organizations that exist. I don't know if it's in Portland, but in Oregon in general.
It is a fucking racist militia fucking haven, bro. Oregon.
I would say that's true for Washington too. Like both those states, if you leave the coast, like from there all the way through Idaho and then like Montana and the Dakotas and stuff, that is like prime, like Proud Boy training ground territory. You know what I mean?
I don't go east of the mountains.
Yeah, that's where my mom lives, bro. That's where my mom was a social worker. She definitely seen some shit, bro.
Don't go east of the mountains has real the hills have eyes vibes, nigga.
You know what I mean? Play baseball,
like
basketball.
Somebody has
like
a face that they carved. You said what?
We had like baseball and basketball tournaments. Not like I never went across, but like, it's a different. It feels like a different state.
I remember like being in the South having AAU tournaments, and baseball brings you to the weirdest and worst places. You feel me? Like, so that makes a lot of sense, dog. I remember like dudes, like I remember like this wasn't. I mean, Tennessee in general was racist. You know what I mean? But like a motherfucker is getting. Golly bum, this is cold rain. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not a racist statement, but you know racism has come out that mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, that brain has other racist thoughts with that golly bum. You know what I mean? So, yeah, so that makes sense. Get in on the action with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. New customers who deposit $5 or more can get a no-sweat bet up to $1,000 back in a bonus bet.
Bron and the Lakers are looking a little better, so I'm excited to see how they do coming out of All-Star break with some big games against the Warriors and the Suns coming up.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code Jenkins. New customers can get a no-sweat bet up to $1,000 if your first bet loses. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code Jenkins, Jenkins. The crown is yours.